Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Master Rig TEMPAI list. I feel like it's pretty solid in all things considered. You could get rid of a few things and swap it out for a few different things, but man, this list plays really well. Main deck wise, we're playing the Maxi and Ash as interrupted pieces. Honestly, Ash is still not a bad interruption, all things considered. We are playing Magnahut being a really good turn 2 option if you need to use it during your opponent's turn to get you like Phaedra or Genroku. We're playing a Rise Heart for the Kashtira Fenrir combo, getting us Dracosack and using Princess to bring out the Phaedra off the Burning Abyss. Unicorn is a Kashtira Rise Heart target, but just in case we are playing Labrynth. You know, if we want to see these cards, we don't necessarily not want to play the other options just in case. Now for board wipes, I like Dark Hole. Since Regeki is at the beginning of the turn, it won't matter. I also like Lightning Storm. Honestly, if I had an opinion, I would switch all of my Lightning Storms and my Regeki and Harpies for Lightning Storms, but I don't want to necessarily waste crafts on it. But this just works perfect. Prosperity, even with Prosperity, you can still OTK your opponent real nicely. And Fenrir, another Fenrir copy pretty much. Sangen, that's field spell pretty much in the meta right now. And Called by to stop Maxi and other graveyard operations. Imperm and Droplet as board interruption, and Sangen Hyman as that extension. Extra deck wise, we're not playing the red Rose Dragon. Honestly, I felt like it wasn't necessarily the craziest thing. I liked Moonlight better. Being able to target one special summon monster, that's pretty nice. As well as Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, making your opponent's monster effects not activate. Boy Bell also to get that one pop just in case if you need it. And we are playing the Trident and Trident Transcendent and the Bident. Tech options, Bistio Dispatter. I feel like it comes up in the turn 1 situations. You don't want to go turn 1, but Deals and Dispatter are really good options. Alright guys, see you guys in the gameplay. Alright, going second with our TEMPAI list. Not a bad opening, I would say. Opening up Hydra plus Sangen. Only issue, we didn't open up many board wipes, but hopefully our Maxi can change that. It's a really good going second card, giving us extra extension. Huge add for the Magnahut. We're going to be able to take out the Coup Clock, so he can't add that back, meaning no traps during my turn. Also, Magnahut's a body, so I'm not complaining about that either. So he can get a set, that's completely fine with me. We get a search. He has the Labrynth spell, he's going to set one more. So we're dealing with 2 pieces of interaction. We have full combo in hand already, plus triple tech talents, and now we have a cross out. Starting off with our Sangen summoning, making sure our guys are not affected by effects, and we're going to special summon Chandra. Our opponent is going to use Dimensional Barrier to stop our synchro plays. That means he's going to be able to set a trap and a monster card. Now this pretty much means that it's like I'm going second. I have talents here. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I really want to draw into board wipes for interaction. I'm going to use Sangen summoning to add our Phaedra to hand, and I'm going to link off these 2 guys to go into Nightmare Phoenix. I feel like popping spells and traps puts me into a good spot right here. I'm going to use Ice Barrier as well to get rid of the Ice Barrier and then go into an SP Little Knight to get rid of something else. I'm going to get rid of the other face down, making sure he has to trigger it here. I'm going to Ash that, meaning we pretty much took out all of our opponent's interaction. Not too bad. Even with us not being able to special or anything like that, we're in a good spot. I'm going to be able to take these both out, go to main phase 2 and special summon Fenrir, activate Sangen summoning to bring back our Chandra, use Chandra effect to special summon itself to tribute, and go into the Phaedra. Phaedra is going to get us Hydra, and we're going to link off our Hydra and Phaedra into our Heretic Seals. So we outed pretty much all of my opponents had. and we ended on Fenrir and Heretic Seals. Not a bad board setup, especially with going second and playing through the floodgate of my opponent's dimension barrier. Alright, going second, we are playing the brand new TEMPAI archetype. This deck is absolutely insane when it comes to meta capabilities, and trust me, you're in for a show. So you always want to go second with this deck. Going first is actually a hindrance because this deck revolves around the battle phase. My opponent is currently playing Aroma Rika, so we're gonna have to try to play ourselves through that. Starting off with a Fenrir Imperm in hand. Honestly, I kind of played this deck wrong at first. I'm not playing a full Kashtira package where you can pivot using Kashtira into the TEMPAI cards. I later learned that strategy, but still nonetheless, this strategy's capabilities just with Kashtira Fenrir as a card is crazy. Now with the amount of interruption we had, we completely stopped our opponent. Having the Regeki in hand, we're going to get rid of that monster, and we are just going to put our opponent on a timer using the Fenrir and the TEMPAI Fadra. Now I was thinking, even if I lose the Fadra, I do have the ability to normal summon the other one I have in hand, so I wasn't exactly worried. So I'm going to get rid of that trap right away, and then I'm going to hit my opponent for the 4,000 damage, putting him on a 2 clock timer with 3 cards in hand. Now this isn't necessarily the best showing of the deck, but nonetheless it is pretty resilient in the fact that you play so much interruption and board wipes, you can pretty much break through your opponent's board and burn all of their resources while playing an engine that doesn't really use a lot of resources. Now my opponent is going through the Sunvine combos using Sun Avalon cards, and he is going to pivot into a Link strategy, bringing out the Aroma Jasmine. Now Jasmine is going to tribute the level 1 normal monster to bring out Ragnarika. Now I feel like this is the choke point I was waiting for. Ragnarika, I believe, revolves around the Evil Seed. He's still going to get the search of that spell, which searches him 2 cards, but nonetheless, he will still be countered pretty significantly. Using the Bloom, he's going to get the Ragnarika Samurai Beetle to hand and also pitch the Aroma card, since he had 2 of them, it looks like. He's going to continue using the Aromage cards to pivot into his plant strategies, summoning Aroma Rosemary. Gaining 500 and then tributing to banish my Kashtira Fenrir. Sun Avalon's going to trigger special summoning back the Sun Avalon and ending his turn there. Kind of a misplay, I would say, but nonetheless we top deck the Chandra, special summon it, don't even need to go to battle. Our opponent knows the timer has sealed his fate, and we're on to the next game. Alright, my opponent didn't have anything for the turn 1. We are going now second. We did unfortunately open up both of our monster cards, but even with Genroku as a normal summon, it is completely possible to pivot through that. And he gave us a light target for our Magna Hut. Using Genroku, we're going to be able to bring out Hydra. Hydra effect, we're not going to be able to activate this turn. That is completely fine. If our opponent bricked the first 2 turns, this gives us the ability to go to battle and take out at least half of our opponent's life points right away. Main phase 2, we're left with a Magna Hut. We add back the Genroku to special summon it to actually bring it right back. Pretty cool play in my opinion. Our opponent has the Lava Golem, ends his turn with that. I guess my opponent didn't really have anything. I just switched Genroku into the, I summoned Genroku, use the Lava Golem to finish up the rest of the damage, and that is game. Alright, going second, my opponent is playing Kashtira, opening up with the Arise Heart. I'm going to set 2 and pass. Our hand isn't bad. Opening up Hydra as well as our Magna Hut. I have to use the Call By on the Maxi because I plan on summoning a lot, but my opponent is going to attempt to bring back that Unicorn. Now if I leave that Unicorn, it actually puts me in a really bad spot because he can start bringing back his spells and traps. So starting off, we're going to summon Hydra, use the effect of Hydra, going to eat the imperm from our opponent. Not the best, but honestly necessary sacrifice. Using our opponent's going to take our level 10 away, and I'm going to go right to battle to use our Songen Common. This will give me the ability to summon the first Genroku, bring out the second one to give it that level 4 tutor capabilities, and then bring back the Chandra. I'm also going to bring back Phaedra and just bring out the whole gang of dragons. Using Phaedra, we are going to quick sync into the level 7 Phaedra Dragon. It has enough attack points to eat over the unicorn. Bring back Phaedra, use the effect of, or don't need to use any other effects. He realizes all the monsters I have on field and the synchro capabilities and does surrender. Alright, going second, or my opponent going first, I'm going second. My opponent is on Mathmech. Using Link Decoder is very interesting. I feel like Link Revo would be the better pick there. Especially gives you the ability to play through Imperm in your combo, but that's fine. I'm going to allow everything to go off. I'm going to see what my opponent can really end up on and really try to get as many cards as I can and save my interaction pieces. Now, since I drew an Ash, I don't really mind using the Ash as interruption anymore. But my opponent is going to now pivot into Mathmech. I wanted to get at least some board removal and stuff like that. Honestly, wanted to save the Ash, but Ash on the the Albert is really crazy. He still gets that tribute effect, but that's fine. I'm gonna pivot using the two guys to go into the Transcode Talker. Honestly, using Albert's effect first could benefit him, but it's whatever. Attempt to use Transcode to target the Link Decoder. I have the Magna Hut in hand. I'm going to use the Magna Hut, making sure he doesn't get anything from that. Gonna get a search. Now unfortunately my Imperm is offline, but my opponent doesn't have anything else. Now I add Genroku. I feel like Genroku is a really good add because you can tribute him off and recycle him really nicely. My opponent, I drew Harpy Feather Duster for the top turn, eats the Imperm. Genroku can dodge. We're good to go. Now it's all about summoning our pieces in the order that we see fit. I'm gonna bring out Phaedra because honestly names are a huge part of the deck and I have the cards. I could also Dark Hole pretty early, but I feel like even with the monsters he has at his disposal, I'm not worried per se. So we're gonna go to battle, take out the Albert, then use Chandra to quick sync. My opponent is going to attempt to use Ghost Ogre on that quick sync. So I counter with another quick sync to dodge it. Now my opponent realizes he played into my combos and then surrenders. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.